All right. Well, welcome everybody. It's our almost weekly Dream Achievers call. I had to move it to Sunday night, so I apologize. I know a lot of you couldn't make it, but perhaps some of you are listening um, via the recording. So we have Rebecca and Tanya here. So I'm super excited that you both were able to join. And I know Alice was hopping on. I'm not sure what happened. Anyway, I cannot believe it's December 18th. And Rebecca, are you done? You're not done with school yet, are you?
No, we just took 4 days off. So, we have to go three more.
3 more days.
Yeah, our business manager is retiring after like 43 years. So we have to perform at that, and Colony Christmas is tomorrow. So it's like not done, not done enough to coast.
You got a lot to do. You got a lot to do. All right. Well, hey, we are small but mighty. Let's talk about some victories. Is there anything you'd like to share from it can be anything from the fall selling season if you'd like, or it can be something that happened this past week. What would you like to share?
Tanya, you want to go first?
Yeah, I can. I had a good November, over $3,000, which was my biggest monthly sales. So that's exciting.
That's exciting. Congratulations.
Thanks.
I bet you liked your 40%.
I did. As the closer I got, I'm like, okay, I got to get there. I got to get there. I want that 40%.
No kidding. No kidding. Well, wonderful. What did your November look like?
My mom had a party, and she always has a pretty big party, but she ordered 12 days of dips to dinner for her employees. She has a cleaning business.
Oh, wow.
And so she has a couple of lodges that she cleans during hunting season. And so she has extra people to help her. And she's like, I need some gifts for them. And so I took home the 12 days of dips to dinner. I'm like, I have to show you this. And she's like, oh, that would make a great gift. I'm like, I would want it. So that really, kind of helped. And then what else? I think,
Did you have your cookie workshops? And
Yep, I did that too. You're right. I forgot about that. Yeah, my mom did a cookie workshop because I asked her to come to my cookie workshop, and she's like, well, I think I'll just host one for Thanksgiving. I'm like, even better.
Wow.
And then I had a cookie workshop at my house too. So thanks, Rebecca, for being on top of what I've been doing.
So you did
just sit back here watching you work.
Yeah, thanks.
So you did 2 cookie workshops. Wow.
Yeah, that was exciting.
That's great. Well, good. Well, congratulations. You had a wonderful month.
Thank you.
That's really good. And I noticed Alice joined us. So Alice, we're just starting the call off with victories. And I said it can be anything from the fall selling season, can be something that happened in December, November, whatever. So Tanya just shared her really good November, which was over $3,000. So Rebecca, if you want to share, or Alice, if you want to, I know, isn't that great?
It is.
My victories are, well, from December, because I honestly thought December was going to be a big train wreck. I had some things on the calendar, but I knew it wasn't enough. You know how it's like, oh, I have 2 parties, but that's not going to get you where you want to go. So I think I was closing like that second party, and this lady who has a huge fundraiser for me, usually in March, reached out, and she's like, we need to have an emergency fundraiser because they lobby with the South Dakota legislature for surrogacy. And she's like, we need some funds before the legislative season starts. So I'll be closing that at $1,400, which is a little low for them, but whew, what a blessing for my December.
No kidding. That's great, Rebecca.
I had thrown this out earlier, but yeah, I was on the way home from Rapid City last Sunday. My cousin retired from 25 years in the National Guard, and so did her husband together. And so we had a big party out there for him, which was so much fun. And I was like, oh, I have to work. When you're down, you got to work. And I just threw that post up there, and I had 3 people book parties on the way home from Rapid City. So
yes,
for January.
That's awesome. Do you usually have such success with that?
Heck no, we usually can't even get people to read a post, let alone book a party. So
what time of day was it, or when was it, or when did you do it again?
Well, we left Rapid City at about 2:00, so that'd be 3:00 Central. So it would have been home by
But like on a Saturday, was it last
Sunday.
weekend?
It was last Sunday.
It was last Sunday. Okay.
We were coming home. So I think it was just the double host rewards or the double value host rewards. I think people are excited about that. And I think we just need to keep the Super Bowl in front of them. You know, like,
Right.
yes, I know, like maybe you can't get stuff here by Christmas, but you can get it here by New Year's, and everybody eats for New Year's, and you know everybody's going to be eating for football on Sundays until the Super Bowl. So I think that just needs to be our next big push.
I agree. What do you know what the date is for the Super Bowl by chance?
I feel like it's the second Sunday now.
Of
But
February?
I could be wrong.
February?
I'm a Packer fan, but I'm not like, I don't follow it religiously. So
Oh my gosh, the Vikings game on Saturday was insane. We should Google this so we know. Let's Google that. Somebody should Google when that is. I'm sure it's easy to find. But hey, Rebecca, that's
February
awesome.
12th.
It is February 12th?
Yep. That's what
Okay.
Google says. So yeah, the second Sunday.
Google. Okay, awesome. Thank you.
Yep.
And welcome, Sarah. We're just celebrating Rebecca's bookings from her post and her great fundraiser. So what are your sales for the month, Rebecca?
2,600.
Yay. Are you gonna get to $3,000?
I'm gonna try, but
Yeah, so you
we'll
make
see.
the 40%. But yeah, that's fantastic.
Yeah, I'm ecstatic.
Yeah.
Good job.
Thanks, Joe.
Congratulations. Especially when you thought it was gonna be a dud.
Yeah, I thought I'd be like scratching out $1,000.
Well, I'm glad it turned out great. So Alice and Sarah, is there anything you want to share as far as a victory from the fall selling season, like I said, or something that just happened? Either
I
one
do,
of you?
Sherry.
What's that?
I do.
Yeah, go share, Sarah.
Okay. Sherry knows, but I bought a building. I did my first vendor show yesterday, and it was a huge success. We
Yay.
had 12 vendors,
Yep.
and I sold hardly any 31, and most of my Tastefully Simple.
Awesome.
I've got a restock on seasonings, and I've got a few people that want the bags again. So I've sold quite a few of those.
Good job.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Sarah, tell us a little bit more about that quickly, would you? About
The
the bag.
bags? Well, and
Yeah.
something I figured out today too, because 31 with their new book is coming out with those hard deals, that come in the totes that you can make
The
them sturdier.
inserts?
Yep,
The
the stand
yep.
tall inserts. So I figured out the price on a large tote. It's $39.
Okay.
And then the 19 for the insert. So we're only about $1.99 more, and we have a bigger one that's like the deluxe tote compared to the large tote. And ours are sturdier.
So you have like a competitor comparison is what's helping you.
Well, I haven't put that out there yet, but I'm going to, because my two booths were right by each other, like my two tables. And I looked at it today when I was figuring out, because people were asking how much my totes were because of FedEx shipped my stuff, came after my event. So I got it yesterday and today. And I looked at it, and the large utility tote is, let's see, $39. And the stand tall insert to make it actually stand up like ours do is $19. And so we're only a little bit more for a bigger one compared to what they have. Because
Well,
the deluxe is $49 for our utility totes for $31. So we're not that off, and they don't stand up like ours do, the Explorer bag.
Right.
Right.
So how have you sold what you've sold so far without that information, Sarah?
The crock pot bag has been a huge hit. Let's see what else. I've been sharing it on my VIP page, but the crock pot bag and the Keep It tote and the backpacks have been the ones I've been selling. The Keep It tote and the backpack people have been using for lunch bags for work.
I don't even honestly have them memorized. Which one is the Keep It tote? That's
the one that you can put a drink bucket in.
Is that the one we got at conference?
The cool tote. Is that what you mean?
Cool tote. Yep. But it's,
this one.
Yes. Yep. The ones that were just on sale. the other
Right.
day.
Okay, wow.
Yep.
Oh, that is awesome, Sarah. Okay, well, anything else you want to add to that?
No, not really. I'm just having another good month and I'm trying to work towards the 3,000.
Who doesn't like 40%?
That's right. I liked it.
It's nice, isn't it? Yeah,
Yep.
good job.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Well,
way
that's
to
some
go.
incentive for me then. I have a victory, but it's not anywhere near as what the rest of you are reporting. I have
Okay.
sales in November of $855, which is huge for me.
Yeah,
I'm reestablishing my business and I have prospects for 2 parties for January. One is more solid than the other, but I haven't been able to get either one of these people to put something on their calendars yet. So one is a person who has gone to Arizona for the winter and her daughter still lives here. So I'm trying to do this kind of double whammy party for the 2 of them. Having a party at the place here and also doing at the same time a Zoom party.
ah,
And then she'll have food down in Arizona to share with some friends there, but then she'll also be inviting people to the Zoom. So
that'll be
Right.
great, Alice.
I hope
Have you
that
tried telling her about January's hostess stuff?
I will definitely do that.
Yeah,
I
because I
have
have
not.
2 that are booked for that.
Okay.
Excellent, excellent. Well, good. Well, congratulations, Alice, on your $855 November. And that's fantastic. And your bookings that you're going to get for January, what a great way to start the year off.
Yeah.
And like Sarah said, utilize the 50% more in the extra host rewards. And I do like the, no, I don't have it on this computer, but the post from Get Social, I can't talk.
wording.
The wording looks a lot better, don't you think, Rebecca? Well, I think you must have used that when you shared your post,
Yeah,
huh?
that's the one I used. Mhm.
Yeah. So it looks a lot better. So anyway.
I
Well,
have
good enough.
another little just I remember this when Alice was talking. So this is like a leader victory, you know, like when some of your team's not very active and then they find their spark again. That's
Yeah.
Alice reminded me of that. But I got this text from Danita on my team who used to be a rock star. Decided this Facebook party thing is kind of easy and I like the big paycheck. Got 3 booked in January from my post yesterday. So
Wow.
she is coming back alive.
That's
That
great.
is fantastic. That's a great victory, Rebecca. Super fun.
Did any of you do the mailings that they offered to mail the books out?
The new catalog.
Yes. Because it's cheaper to do it through Tastefully Simple than myself, I noticed.
100%. I'm gonna wait till after Christmas, Sarah, because you can order up until January 11th.
Okay.
And to be honest with you, I mean, like, I'm not even thinking it. And a lot of times what some of us do is you'll put a post out. Well, you can do it on your VIP page. I'll do it
Yeah.
on my business page, you know, who would like a new catalog? But honestly, like right now, who's even thinking that?
Yeah. I did 15 just to see how it goes.
Well, you have until, I mean, they won't send it out, you know, for a while.
Right. No, not till the new
Yeah.
book comes out.
But you have until January 11th. So good for you for being
Okay.
on top of it. But the biggest thing on mailing those, and you're 100% right, it's cheaper for them to do it, but you must follow up.
Yep.
You know, so, and that brings me to this I was going to share with you guys, but you probably saw this, but February 6th is when the new spring summer catalog comes out. That's confirmed. So it is the Monday after Lead Strong. So that's a good booking tool as well. You know how you talk about double dipping, being able to shop from both catalogs. So that is Monday, February 6th. So that's great. Well, and speaking of that, right around there is Lead Strong. Have you guys all registered for Lead Strong? Raise your hand if you have. I think you all have. Tanya, I know. Tanya, you said you did too, right?
Yep.
Yay! So I don't know, Rebecca, I don't know for sure what you're doing, but I'm just going to remind everybody what we're doing in Alexandria, and then you can share what you guys are doing down south. But we will gather at the Holiday Inn this year. And I've just been waiting on details, which is the silliest thing out, but it's going to be a lot cheaper than it was at Arrowwood last year, which was really fun. It'll only be like $25, and then you can stay at the Holiday Inn, which is where I'll be staying, and that'll be on your own. But anyway, more details to come. But and the time, I don't know if you guys have looked at the agenda. It's a little bit shorter this year. Thursday, it's from 6 to 8. Friday, it's from 9 to 2:15. And then Saturday, it's done at 1:15, 9 to 1:15. So that's kind of cool. Rebecca, what did you guys decide to do down there?
We have an Airbnb booked in Sioux Falls that I believe sleeps 11.
Oh my gosh, that's
Obviously,
great.
we could have more there during the day, to watch if anybody doesn't want to stay. But I think there's some date in January, I think, that we can cancel it by if we're not getting the numbers, but hopefully we will. I'm hoping that some of the Iowa, Nebraska ladies will want to trickle our way.
Does Kim Harris know? Oh, Kim's going to be in Florida.
Oh, is she?
Kim Harris is going to be in Florida. That's why she wasn't
No,
with us.
but Christy Anderson, who's on Angie's team now, she said that she was all in, and then they're leaving for Jamaica. They always travel in the spring, her and her
Oh, yeah.
husband. So something like that. And I think Tanya said she was gonna come by. I haven't heard much from anyone else.
Oh, shoot.
So
Hopefully
I think Katie will.
Katie will, Jessica maybe.
We'll see.
I did found a roommate for ours too, Sherry.
Oh, did you talk to Anna?
She doesn't know if she can because she's going on a trip, but Laura that came last year, the teacher.
Oh, Laura, yay.
Yep,
Laura
she's
Spelbeck.
gonna. Yep.
Oh, I'm glad to hear about that, Sarah.
So I
How
need
about
to
you?
call for a room. I haven't done that yet.
Okay, you're fine. You'll be fine. But yeah, I'm glad you got a roommate. You can sure call. Just make sure you get
Okay.
the TS block.
Okay.
So what
And
did
then-
you say? We're supposed to make our own reservation and.
Well, I don't have I don't have the information out yet, but if you want to call and make your reservations, I have a block for TS block. Just like if you go to a wedding, Alice,
Yeah,
you would call and make your own reservations. So
Sure.
do you think you and Elaine will room together?
Yeah.
Perfect.
well,
Okay.
Next
And
year
then
we'll
how
have
are
to
we
road
doing
trip to see
food?
Rebecca.
What?
I said next year we'll have to road trip to come see you. Do you have less snow than us?
I don't know about that. I think we got where I live. There's way more, but I don't think Sioux Falls got what we got. I'm in central
Okay.
South Dakota, and I bet we had over a foot to a foot and a half. I
We're
mean,
supposed to get an inch to 3 or so more this week and more in the middle of the week.
I've lived in South Dakota all my life, and I don't think I've ever seen this much snow.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
really?
I mean, I don't
I
remember
grew up in
drift.
South Dakota.
I don't remember drifts being up to like rooftops and
Oh,
interstates
geez.
being like snow up to the bridges. I mean, they had interstate
Oh,
closed for 2.5 days, and it took
Oh,
a
wow.
full day just to clean it out. I know Tanya's lived here her whole life too. Maybe she can. Maybe my 40-year-old memory is gone, but
Where
it
do
was
you
pretty
live,
rough.
Rebecca? Where do you live?
Kimball,
Kimball?
yeah.
Well, makes up for last year, Rebecca. Remember when I came down to see you guys? There was like no snow.
Oh, yeah. Well, I don't mind that.
Oh,
We
funny.
need
Now,
the
Alice,
moisture, but ugh.
well, we got lots of snow too, not as much as you. Alice, did you ask something, or Sarah, or hi, Elaine, by the
No,
way?
I was just commenting, I grew up in South Dakota.
Oh, got it. Okay. All right. So any questions on Lead Strong, as long as we're talking about that?
Oh, yes, I did have a question about that. What about our food are we going to be,
Oh, yes, that's what you were asking. So,
I can wait for information from you too, but,
yeah, I'll catch you up on that.
okay.
Later, Alice, but that's okay.
Alright.
We can talk here at the end if we have time. All right, which we probably will. So let's talk January. Now, remember, Tastefully Simple does have some goal setting workshops. It would be in your message center if you want to take advantage of that. But I would really, really recommend that you set yourself a party goal, or maybe I like to do like, I'm going to do X amount of parties, but maybe some of you are like, I'm going to sell so much. I don't care what is your jam. Like Rebecca, do you tell yourself, I'm just curious, like in January, I'm going to do X amount of parties, or do you say I'm going to hit $3,000? I'm just throwing that out there.
I have just a sales goal. It doesn't, I don't care how many parties it takes to get there or if it's with one, but 2,500 for my trip. I have it laid out. I have to sponsor so many, which I've only sponsored one, so I'm a little behind on that, and then promote one, and with that sales goal should get me level 2. So I just do it by sales, but I mean, if you're going for like life of the party, then you'd want to do party numbers too, you know?
Oh, yeah. And for me, I just find it if I hit my party goal, and I would be like, I do in-home and online, I feel that I hit my sales goal. So, and there's no right or wrong way, you guys, but that's why I was asking Rebecca. I was just curious what she did. But definitely the moral of the story is to have a goal. And Rebecca just shared she's working towards the incentive trip, which of course is going to be in Orlando at Coronado Bay, which is really nice, by the way. But if you just say, I'll see what happens, you're kind of almost setting yourself up for failure, because there's all kinds of other things that are going to get in the way. So I would just encourage you to look at January, decide what your goal is. And, if you don't have anything on your calendar, you don't have what you want to get, there's still lots of time. And I'm going to be real honest with you. I am not asking anybody this week. I don't know, maybe that's just me, but I just don't think people are going to respond to me. But on the 27th, I actually wrote it on my calendar because I don't have my January is not where it needs to be yet. I'm going to hit it hard. You know what I mean? I don't think there's anything wrong with hitting it hard that week at the end of the month. But do you guys have a plan? What are you going to do? Or do you already have your goals met? What are you thinking of? I'm like asking the question, what are you guys going to do?
Another thing, Sherry, too, is what helped me is when we did they had those book studies last year. It was after Lead Strong, I think.
Oh, that was after yeah. But
because I had a goal buddy is what I had. And that helped.
They are going to do something in January. Maybe they don't have it out yet.
Okay.
Where it's like Jumpstart or something.
Okay. Yep.
Yeah. But you're right. And anytime you can get connected, and then you just shared you had a goal buddy, that's great.
Yep.
Okay. So, but back to the question, what is your plan to get your January off to a fresh start?
I've got 2 booked, but I'm going to work on a couple more that came to the vendor show yesterday that seem interested in some of the more expensive products.
Nice.
So I tried to talk to them about parties and booking, and now that I have the shop, if they don't want to clean their house, they can use that too.
There you go. That's a great idea. So Sarah, do you have a goal for January?
Well, I'd like 3,000, and I'd like at least 4 parties. I have 2 so far.
So your goal for January is 3,000 and 4 parties.
Yep.
There you go.
And then February, I'll have the open house with the new catalog.
Got it.
Is my plan.
Okay. Yeah, consistency is great. I mean, you'll book parties off of those 4 parties, I'm sure.
Yep.
Especially with the new catalog coming. Awesome. Anybody else want to share what they're going to do to start fresh in January?
It's interesting when you ask the question, because I'm hesitant to actually verbalize a goal because I'm afraid that I'm not going to be able to meet it, which is really silly.
I'm the same way.
Yeah. So I'm going to set a goal for 4 parties, and we'll see where that ends up.
Okay, Alice, that's a great goal. I'm just going to ask you to delete. We'll see where that ends up.
Okay.
Because that's kind of like, we'll see what happens.
Yeah.
You just said, I'm going to do 4 parties but we'll see what happens.
Yeah.
Because you just got done telling us you were afraid to set a goal because you don't want to fail. So by saying that, I think that made you feel better.
Yeah, I did.
Right. But I am going to ask you to say your goal is to do 4 parties in January.
My goal is to do 4 parties in January. Elaine, you keep me to that.
And Alice, there's a quote that I'm going to send you that I have on my page today.
Okay. All right.
Oh, good idea, Sarah.
Well,
Thank you
Sarah, I would mention I'm kind of a word police sometimes, and you said you tried to talk to someone about parties. You actually did talk to someone about parties.
That's true. I did.
I have eliminated the word try from my vocabulary, and it still pops in every once in a while. And these other things that Sherry just pointed out also are in that same category. You know, it's, yeah, I
That's how
really
it's
need to
worded. Yep.
eliminate those words from my vocabulary because they bring me down.
Yeah, yeah. Well, you're making progress, Alice. Realizing that that's what is happening is huge.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
yeah, awesome,
Thank
awesome.
you.
Yeah, well, you guys, we only have 4 minutes left. Is there anything that you wanted to talk about? Questions on anything tastefully simple, something you're like, or something good?
I have a question.
Yeah.
So, this goes back to the catalog conversation where you said you have to follow up.
Yes.
So, I sent out catalogs in the fall and I was just kind of like, man, I'm just going to go with anybody that either hosted or spent over $50.
Yeah.
And because I was like, I don't really know where to start. And I still haven't been a consultant for a year. And so I did not follow up. Obviously, now I know it's something I need to do. So what do you do as your follow-up?
That's a really, really good question. Well, what I usually do is I send it to people that I know as well, like hosts or people that have ordered over. I don't do people that have ordered over 50, although I think it's a great idea. So I just follow up on private message because these are my friends, if they've hosted a party or connections and, they're going to get it in their hands the 6th or the 7th. So you can decide if you want to give them a couple days and you could just start out with, hey, Susie, did you get your Tastefully Simple catalog?
Yeah.
And then when there's some engagement, then you're gonna move into,
Okay.
you know what I mean? Create
Yep.
some conversation. And of course, my goal, which I think maybe perhaps is your goal, I want to book some parties.
Yep.
But I don't really want to say, hey, Susie, did you get the catalog and you want to book a party? You want to create a little bit of a relationship. So I don't know. What about Rebecca? Do you have any advice?
Yeah, I'm sorry, Tanya, for not coaching you appropriately when you sent out your catalogs.
No, that's okay. And it's just not even something that I really thought of. And I was morning sickness still.
Oh, that's
So I was
right.
like, well, this is
Yeah.
something that I'm going to do. And hopefully it helps. I'm sure it didn't hurt, but
Yeah, I agree with what Sherry said. Just throw that question out there, like, have you got the catalog? And maybe if it's somebody you already have a relationship with, just be like, do you have your eye on anything that you want to try? Just get them to respond. Even if they respond and say, yes, you got a catalog, you can follow up with, hey, are you excited about these products? Let's taste them together at your home with your friends, or you know what I mean? Just kind of leading that excitement into a party somehow.
Perfect, Rebecca.
Or a sale. I mean,
right.
minimum
Perfect.
a sale, but you do want a party.
Exactly. No,
Or
that's
just
great advice.
sponsor them. Just say, hey, you should join my team.
That's a really good thing to say too. And Tanya, you're not the only one that's ever done that, so don't feel bad. But if you're going to take your time and spend the money, then you definitely want to follow up. So you can get
Yeah.
those results. So yeah.
I agree. Thank you.
Yeah. Well, we will not be visiting next Monday night because it's the day after Christmas, but we will convene again January 2nd. I can't even believe that. And we have a couple fun speakers in January. And my goal is to get January out there. And my goal will be to get February out there. So you guys have something, okay, oh, I don't want to miss that one. Lisa Burns is going to talk social media. And I'm not sure which, I think it might be the 23rd. Brittany Vickery, our person, marketing VP, is going to be talking about the bags and her tips on selling our new bags. So watch for that. But my goal to you guys is to try to get, well, not try. Oh, I'm sounding like Alice. My goal is to have the schedule for the month done like the month before and share that with the team instead of always kind of operating from the hip, I'll be honest with you. So thank you. What?
For anybody who has not watched Brittany's live about the bags, go find that. I think it's on the Tastefully Simple Independent Consultant page.
Yes.
Was it like last week? Would that be accurate?
I think that sounds right, Rebecca.
Anyway, she broke it down by like building value on how much you're going to use this bag. And I that helped. I mean, I haven't had any conversations with anyone yet, don't get me wrong, but I feel more confident when someone says like, oh, these cost a lot. Well, you're going to use it once a week or you're going to use it once a day. I mean, for 50, 60, 70, whatever they are, that's worth the value. You know what I mean? So she broke it down by value per carry is what she called it. So if you haven't
Yep.
seen that and you're wavering on price point of those bags, go check that out.
That's a good reminder, Rebecca.
Another thing they said about those bags too at the vendor show yesterday anyways, is that they were going to use them for like shower gifts.
Oh,
Great
yeah,
idea.
that's a great
You know,
idea.
like the crock pot one and the Let's Dish and those for sure.
That's awesome. Well, you guys, thank you again for joining. I just wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. And I guess I hope you reach your December goal so you can have more money in your pocket. So see you guys all in January. I can't believe it.
Thanks a lot, Sherry.
Thanks,
Yeah,
Jerry.
good to
Merry
see everybody.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Christmas.
Bye.
Christmas.